Today we will discuss an interesting scenario of a knife threat from the right which is held to the throat. Wherein, we will refer to 5 common cases as new and old Krav Maga method, the KALAH method, the KALAH method, and unidentified methods. We will try to understand the chances and risks of survival in each of these methods. For the objectivity of this analysis, we will apply the principles of a mathematical model for risk assessment. This model is under the video in the comments of the channel, and you are welcome to read it. When the model refers to inherent risks and those under our control, and the sum of the two creates a general survival risk by one method or another. It is important to note that in this video we do not say which method is better, but only refer to risks and chances of survival. Where the second parameter is the average benefit from the exercise taught to the student. We believe that the exercise must be as realistic as possible. There must be a psychological component of stress, which simulates a realistic scenario. Also, in our opinion, the easier the exercise, the greater the chances of survival. But we must remember that light exercise is only one variable in the formula. We should note that we attach the utmost importance to opposition from the attacker in training. And what does that mean? To assess the chance of success and risk of survival from the exercise, it must be performed in an environment close to that of reality. This means that an important parameter in our opinion is to make it as difficult as possible for the victim to defend himself when carrying out this knife threat scenario. And we want to model after a real attacker. It is clear that the knife is made of rubber or plastic, and we still feel if we were hurt in this incident in reality. So let's start our in-depth analysis with you Gil Pelig from the Fitness Warriors Club, and enjoy watching. We begin with an analysis of an old Krav Maga method regarding the threat of a knife to the throat from the right. This is an old method of self-defense exercise that belongs to the history of the birth of Israeli Krav Maga. Today she is taught general knowledge in the security forces and is considered useless in a real threat scenario. In the analysis of the scenario, we will use a mathematical model which is attached below to this channel. It is intended for the objectivity of our experiment. The model refers to an understandable level of risk and risk under control, which makes up the total level of risk from the exercise. Let's return to our analysis to remind you that Krav Maga schools abroad still teach the exercise in an active manner, apparently in its obsolescence. A few words about why exercise is dangerous. In Israel, after numerous attempts by the security forces, they realized that it is not possible to first pull the knife from the throat and perform a strike neutralizing the throat or any other weak point without it causing a cyclical stab from the attacker's side, when the exercise does not really allow control of the attacker's hand with the knife. Another problem with this exercise, which most Krav Maga schools abroad ignore, is psychological preparation during the execution of the exercise. Pay attention. In every video shown to you, there is no pressure from the attacker. After all, the attacker wants something, hence the attack. He wants money, rape, objects, and more. As a result, he exerts atomic pressure in reality. He hits and pushes with the other hand, shouts at the victim, and demands. All these are designed to scare the victim. Above the video, you can see modeling of the attacker's behavior with the knife. First of all, in this experiment, we tried to hold the knife to the throat with 50% of the force. The victim was unable to bring the knife down even with 2 hands, strange right? So why teach the drill where there is zero chance of survival? We begin with an analysis of a new Krav Maga method on the threat of a knife to the throat from the right. This is a new method designed to solve the problem from the previous historical exercise. But let's see if it solves the problem. And again we turn to the model refers to an inherent level of risk and risk under control. To understand what an inherent risk is, we will try to perform the new exercise several times when the grip strength of the knife is 50% and a second hand is also active. For our experiment, we turn to an expert in the field of self-defense. He tried several times to simulate the attack and also self-defense using the new exercise. Every time he failed, meaning that if this had happened in reality, the victim most likely would not have survived this threat. That is, it is an infinitely high built-in risk. That means a chance of survival that tends to 0. That means no matter how many hours you study the exercise, it's unnecessary. It will not work in reality. It is clear that the exercise is easy to learn, and therefore the average benefit from this exercise is at a reasonable level. But the question is, will you use this exercise? Regarding a psychological parameter, which is no less important for us to find in the delivery of these lessons by instructors in the video, no reference. That is, total neglect of a stressor during this attack. It can be said that exercise is dangerous due to the high risk of survival. And no matter how many hours the student has spent studying, inherent risk is infinitely high in this exercise. The KALAH method is very interesting, even impressive. When I referred to the parameter of psychological preparation, I saw that the scenario was carried out very close to the conditions of reality. The attacker behaved in terms of pressure at a reasonable level, although the attack is unrealistic. If you notice, the other hand is in the air, not grabbing, and not pushing, which means that in reality, it wouldn't look like that. These are as indicated in the example above. So now let's move on to inherent risk. As you can see, this method uses knife transfers after shifting. And this transfer is exactly through the stomach of our victim. That is, at the base of the exercise lies the risk. And I would say very high risk for the victim to cut himself in the stomach. Now let's address the risk that can be reduced, the same risk of lots of repetitions and hours of study for the exercise to be successful. And if we consider this risk in depth, it is also very high, because it is necessary to invest a lot of hours studying stunts to reduce it to a minimum, and still the total risk will be very high due to the inherent risk of this exercise.
Knife to your sword. Okay. Now we have a lot of different in self-defense. People say so many. We have different variation of people teach. People say hold here. People say try to go here. Okay, or here. Okay. Some people say to go one hand and try to strike with the other hand, or try to hold here and start to give headbutts. Again, if you train that manner, you train your I start, I win. Michael, thank you for that. It's amazing how you think about that. Okay, this is what you train. You train I start. Don't resist me. Yes, sir. Go down. I win. I start. Okay, I win. I start. I win. The middle part, you don't fucking care. And in KALAH, this is where we actually more afraid and more understand, okay, the middle part. What is the middle part? The middle part is, first of all, if Michael put 50% resistance only on the handy or the knife. I'm not talking about grabbing the t-shirt or smash your face. I'm just talking about that. Go out. Okay? Out. Please. Out. Out. So in reality, your plan A, we lost second, you will leave maybe second and a half. This is what you basically rely. You rely, I will finish the move in second and a half. This is how absurd it is. Do you understand that? If you rely that, it means you believe in a second, in a second I will take him down. This is what you believe. We in KALAH says the opposite. We say, I want to buy time for living. Okay? So, 50%.
Yes, sir.
50%.
Yes, sir.
Pull. I have much more life. Much more. Now, I don't say cannot punch me and all that, but believe me, here, if he's not one, he also can punch you. Here, he also can punch you. Here, he also can punch you. The question where is more difficult for him? I think, yeah, much more difficult. Why? Because first of all, I have a good control. Second, I'm more in close range. Okay? I can overcome. Problem is not to lose the control. And so, this is what we recommend. Soft, please. People say, Dan, KALAH is all the time the same. All the time I'm control. All the time I'm control. You know, something come to my mind right here, right now. Go to Khabib, okay? When he win fight, anybody, Khabib, but it's boring. You always lock the fucking guy's legs, and you always do the same principle. Boring or not boring? If it's work, it's work. I believe Mr. Khabib will practice this boring move over and over and over and harder and tighter and so on and so on and so on and so on. So same here. Yeah, we use it for knife, like you know. We use it for a grab, like you know. We use it for a gun, some you know. Okay? But it's working. So now we go to shoulder fast. For the purpose of the training, I will allow to Michael to abuse me because again, I want to build my mindset and not to freeze in reality. Yes, but I'm going.
Hey, don't you fucking move. Don't you move! You understand me? Huh?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You fucking feel that?
Yeah.
Oh, you feel that shit? It's a fucking knife. Where's your fucking money, huh?
Money?
Where's your fucking money?
I
Turn!
No.
Oh, you got money on your hands! I
Yeah,
need money! I need fucking money! Where is it? Where is it?
Fucking drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! What the fuck? Hey. He hold tight? He hold tight. Yes? Yes. I don't leave you.
No.
Yeah? We have resistance. Yeah. You finish on the ground, 90% you will finish on the ground when you have somebody resisting you. God bless KALAH system.
Dear friends, hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to our channel, hit the bell below for more updates, and share this video on social networks. And don't forget to write in your comments what you think about this. With you is Gil Peleg from the Fitness Warriors Club. Thanks for watching. Dear friends, thank you for listening. If you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel and ring the bell below to get an update on our new posts.